This is the story of how we accidentally dismiss innocent victims as lazy, incompetent, or foolish, and why we need to retrain our minds to blame the system and the people who have the power to change the system. How often do you see someone smoking and think, man, what an idiot, instead of thinking, man, why do we allow tobacco companies to prey on innocent people? Sociologists often do experiments to understand shortcuts our brains naturally develop to understanding the world around us. These shortcuts can lead us to errors in judgment. One brain shortcut is termed the just world fallacy. It is the belief that the world is just and fair and that people get what they deserve. This, for example, motivates us to study hard. But sometimes this belief can get us into trouble, because the truth is, well, we all agree this world should be just. This world is not just. People do not get what they deserve. Good people who work hard often suffer, and thieves often get away with crimes. We prefer to see a just world so strongly that when we see injustice, we persuade ourselves that no injustice has occurred by putting blame on the victim. When people are sick, we often blame their lifestyle choices, the holy trinity of smoking, diet, and exercise. In one study, half of the participants are told one version of a story about an interaction between a man and a woman. The other half are told a different version. Both accounts are exactly the same, except that, in the end, in one version, the man rapes the woman, and in the other version, he proposes marriage. But in each situation, the participants perceive the woman's identical behavior as predictably leading to either the rape or the proposal. When some people first saw images of concentration camp prisoners, they assumed they must have been terrible criminals. The same can happen when we see victims of rape, assaulted wives, or sick people. This world is not fair, and sick people are not at fault for their sickness. Greed and overambition of politicians and the corporate elite has created a system that benefits some at the expense of others. Poor political decisions determine cancer rates and tuberculosis rates, not lifestyle choices of the sick. Sometimes it's true. We get what we deserve. We work hard and get an A in class. But our health is a product of when we were born and where we grew up. Things we don't have control over. This belief in a just world has important implications. It undermines society's commitment to justice. If you hear that some group of people suffers from high rates of a disease, and you think they must somehow be at fault, stop and correct yourself, and correct others who do the same. To not feel compassion for a victim is to contribute to their continued suffering. Whether it's someone we see on TV or read about in the paper, we need to use every opportunity to retrain our minds to lay blame correctly on those who have the political and economic power to change the harmful policies and social structures.